G'day guys, Simon from Four Wheel Drive TV. I am back in Malaysia, doing my normal thing, catching up with some local shops, some industry experts, checking out the local scene. And today I'm representing a few brands and we're heading for IRG Campers. Now I've just rocked up at their shop. These guys are distributors of a range of camping gear. They've got their own range of rooftop tents and cool stuff. But my mate, Gerard Kiong, is here with his Land Cruiser. And I reckon we might take a quick look at this beast first. Now, Gerard, if you cannot guess, is the distributor for CST Tyres. He's actually the designer of some of their leading off-road product. And guys, you've got to have a look at these things. They are mad. This is their premium product. This is the Dragon Claw. Massive lugs. These are just 37s, but the amount of rubber on these is just phenomenal. Now this is actually a support vehicle for Gerard's team. He runs one of the most successful RFC Rainforest Challenge teams in Malaysia. Now it's a test bed for the tyres. They are running a range of other products. One of the main reasons that Gerard has come down here to meet with me is because we've organised some Australian sponsorship for him. So he's going to be running some Ultravision lighting, tread traction boards and their storage boxes, and a stack of gear including some winches from Carbon Off-Road. So some really well-known, well-established, well-loved Australian brands that we're going to be seeing competing in the Rainforest Challenge. Now we're going to show you some footage. We're going to speak to Gerard and get the inside word on his race team and why he's so excited to be using some Australian products. And we'll get a bit of a rundown on this vehicle right here. But guys, this is the prime support vehicle for the race car. And we can't wait to see what these guys get up to at the RFC later this year. RFC Grand Finals, we'll have Gerard Kiong and the CST Tyres team. We can't wait to see how well they go. But let's take a quick look at this vehicle and get the inside word from the man himself.
Hi, my name is Gerard from Team CST 4x4 Malaysia, and I'm happy to have with me today Mr. Simon Christie viewing my lead support vehicle for my race team. This is basically a LC Land Cruiser 2 Toyota. If I'm not mistaken, it's the LC78, and a lot of work has been done to it, as you can see, from bumpers to tires and lift. Of course, the engine as well. The engine is Toyota 1JZ. A little bit upgraded, but keeping it as stock as we can, since we are going into very extreme conditions. We need reliability, you see, in order to support the race vehicle. So the tires I'm using, it's designed by me with the collaboration of CST Tyres from Xiamen. This is the Dragon Claw CL21M, okay, and this is size at 37, 12.5, 16. It's biased in construction, 6-ply sidewall, and it's DOT approved, as well as E4 certified, safe to use on the road. And personally, I have tested this CL21 on highways, going up north, 300-400 kilometers through and back, under heavy rain, under heavy load, under very hot sun, and they are very stable. So as you can see from the lugs, I have designed it to be wide. The width of this is important so that you get maximum grip on tarmac itself, regardless of the conditions on the tarmac, be it raining or be it hot. While in its true form, as you can see, the voids between the lugs are also wide enough for you to perform rally off-road or extreme off-road, even as far as for competition guys. So for competition guys, if you want more traction, crazier traction, I have also have that in mind while I designed this. You can actually cut them, okay? And when I race the CL21M at Australian-Malaysian Grand Finals, I have various cuttings for the front tires and for the rear tires as well. So it's an option whether you want more traction at the front or more traction at the back. And I choose to cut 2 at the front, different from the rear, so that depending on special stages, I can interchange tires, whether I want better traction at the front or more traction at the rear, let's say. And then if you look at this, the tread depth of the lugs, of the center lugs, are actually way taller than any competitor tires. It is measured at 1.1 inch. So this gives you a lot of tread wear and mileage. So it is true value for money. And the most important thing for off-road guys, we need axle clearance. So axle clearance, when I sell you 37-inch, when you mount it like for this, in this case is 10-inch with rims, it is actually at 37.3 inches. So if you were to mount it, say 8-inch wide rims, you'll get close to 38-inch. So it's value for money. So do not tell me that, oh, the tires is very heavy and all that, because all this strength modular onto this CL21M is added with because it is true to size. The main event we always race in, even back in 2014 when I first started to lead the Team Maxxis 4x4, we race at RFC Grand Finals. So RFC basically stands for Rainforest Challenge, and they have their edition in selected countries itself, whereby they call it the Global Series. And winners of selected countries' Global Series is entitled to race at the Grand Finals, which is held in Malaysia every year for 10 days under heavy monsoon, and November to mid-December. Okay, that's where the extremities of tough truck or 4x4 race vehicle is. I personally have led Team Maxxis 4x4 since 2015, winning the hat-trick of 3 years back-to-back from 2015, 16 to 17. So right now, after the pandemic, now I'm leading Team CST, design tires for Team CST Tyres, and then we perform or we race by showcasing the true performance of the tires at a race. All right, and so far, we have yet to win number 1 at RFC, okay, with Team CST, and hopefully this year at R1 we are able to do so. But while I was designing tires for Maxxis in the M9060 mud torpedoes, we have won it 3 pounds back-to-back. So hopefully this year itself, it will be a breakthrough for CST Tyres, where we've always number 2, and I'm pretty tired of that. So it's time to let's go for number 1 this year.
What you saw earlier out there in my Land Cruiser 78 is basically our lead support car. That is also where we ferry a lot of our Once's product to test, and in total I actually have about 5 to 6 support vehicles depending on the needs of every year.
Every year when we race at the RFC Grand Finals, we always encounter different kind of challenges. A lot of these support cars and its products that we carry needs to be very modular in order to accommodate to what we need for that particular year. For example, this year, in 2024, we have been requested to race in R1 category, while we have been racing in R2 category. So the difference between R1 and R2 category is on its limitation to its modification. Well, in R1 category at RFC Grand Finals, it's basically prototypes. So since we have been requested to move up to R1 category, so for this year itself, we totally restripped the entire race vehicle and then rebuilt everything from chassis, lowering the vehicle, strengthening the vehicle, and then making the vehicle even more agile, all right? And then we again rebuilt the 3RZ engine that we have, okay, for better durability and more power. Because last year's vehicle, we encountered a lot of issues with the engine, running on 3 cylinders, insufficient power, and us ended up wasting time on winching itself, let's say. But nonetheless, last year was a very good experience. We learned a lot from it, improved on it, and perhaps it's a good test as well for our work onto the vehicle, modifications onto this year's vehicle, and then we will really put it to the test at R1 category of race.
A race vehicle for this year, the frame itself is basically off a Suzuki Jimmy. The firewall, everything is still intact. Floorboards are all still intact itself. The main thing that we modify onto it is basically strengthening the entire chassis. In the engine compartment, we are using a Toyota 4-cylinder 3RZ engine, which is a relatively not a common engine in Malaysia, but I like it simply because of its CC. Okay, it's running at 2.7 liter, naturally aspirated in its true form, and then we added bore-on turbos and all that, and it's quite a reliable engine. Okay, easy to work with and light. On the axle itself, we are running the Volvo portals. The axle tubing itself is custom made by us, okay, to be stronger, okay, to handle the abuse of rock jumping and special stages in the rivers and all that. The gears itself are custom made by a company in Croatia called Kamo. I have been using their gears since 2015 till now. Okay, and I believe I can say that I was the first in the world to have aftermarket chrome moly gears for the over-porter axles. And I've been running with Camo all these years until now. From back then, Maxxis 38.5, which I designed and raced upon, until today, we are running 39s from CST Tyres itself. Their gears has been very well tested, I must say. And on the rear itself, we have the engine. The engine is not located at the front, it's located actually at the rear. And the reason being putting the engine at the rear is so that we do not get hung up on rocks, okay, going uphill or coming downhill that easily. So we transfer the weight to the rear of the vehicle so that I believe, and through my experience of seeing so many racing and also leading competition cars into RFC, the front tire axle able to overcome obstacles first, it's already a 60% won in that aspect of challenge. I believe once the front tires are past the obstacle, the rear will just follow through, you see, with sufficient power. This year we have on board carbon off-road as well, from Australia supplying us Scout Pro winches to be tested, and there will be one being used at the front and one being used at the rear. And the carbon off-road winch, the Scout Pro, on the rear itself, basically it's used for technical winching, which we did see a lot of it being held last year itself at RFC. So I believe this year will be more of this kind of special stages. And then for the primary winch itself, we are running the so-called Malaysian claim God winch, which is a PTO winch, fast winch. That will be the primary winch. And then as for winch line, or we call it recovery line itself, we have been speaking back and forth with Carbon Off-Road Australia, and they have provided us with hopefully a solution, okay, to overcome my stress during a race of winch line breaking halfway through a race. So they have come up with a special formula, okay, and then we hope to put it to the test with awesome results. And if this line should be able to do its part, then at least we have one worry out of the equation when we race, okay, with ease of mind that we won't worry about extreme winching, whereby the rope or the recovery line will snap. So having to win it or having to participate in it, racing and testing products for collaborating sponsorships and all that, it's truly an honor for myself and my team able to run races, okay, with their support at RFC Grand Finals itself. And yet again, we hope that we are able to do better results than last year, hopefully, with new supports from new sponsors. You can check out Maxxis 4x4 Club. That is on social media, Facebook, and that's where most of my content is basically is. Or you can check my personal Facebook, which is Gerard Kiong. Well, if you want to know more about our team or how we run things out in Malaysia and how is the RFC Grand Finals is, come out and visit Malaysia and experience it. Then you will get a true feeling why is it rated top 5 world toughest automotive challenge.
Thanks to the team from IRG Campus for hosting us here today. And of course, thanks to the guys at CST Tyres. What an amazing setup they've got. Absolutely awesome vehicles. We can't wait to see how well they go. 2024, the big king of Asia, the RFC Grand Finals right here in Malaysia. We'll get to see these tyres put to the test once again. All right, thanks to IRG, thanks to CST Tyres, thanks to all of you guys. Make sure you leave a comment below. Like this video and subscribe to the channel so we can keep bringing you more cool stuff, the best off-roading from all around the world. We'll see you next time.